What's going on, good people? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Um, well, let me know that you can hear me. I'm gonna do this with the camera off. Um, it's gonna be a camera off video, but at least let me know that you can hear me, and let me know that if the video is playing smoothly, no buffering anything. So let me know you can hear me. Let me know you can see the video clearly, and we get right on into it. Welcome everybody. All right, if you haven't, please hit that thumbs up when you come on in. All right, now that Al says you can hear me. All right, all right. Lakeisha, Not Al, Lady D, Nia Gigi, Sarah. Hey lady, how you doing? Spicy Cow, what's going on? Lakendra, hey dear, what's going on? Tanya, what's going on? Wendy, what's going on? I think we missed you the last few lives. Glad you can make it to this one. My brother Brian. All right. Miss D's in the building. All right. 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 All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get right into it. Let's get right into it. All right, guys. We got a story here. A very, very, very interesting story. One that's hey Lila, how you doing, babe? Uh Mandy Lomax, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Got a strange story here. We're gonna be talking about 6-year-old Elle Ragin, the beautiful lady, the beautiful young lady I see at the top. And as you see at the bottom, that is her mom, Lisa Wade. All right. The meats and potatoes of the story is, and again, this is one of the craziest stories I've ever heard. The mom has committed suicide, they say, but they cannot find the little girl. So we don't know right now if the girl's still living or if she's missing. But however, it has been confirmed that Lisa Wade is dead by apparent suicide. Okay? Again, guys, y'all know when I do these stories, I want to tell y'all, please, mental illness is real. It is real. Now, I'm not saying Lisa Wade was dealing with mental illness, but it is real. Something had to misfire or whatever to make her want to take her own life. All right. Now, the story is kind of conflicting. And hopefully some people who've been following the story maybe come in the chat room and correct some things that I may finna say right now. All right. The story is conflicting. I read a couple of articles, one or two, that says that they don't believe the mama had anything to do with the child disappearance. Then I'm reading a couple of them saying that they believe she had something to do with the child disappearance. Now, as I looked on Facebook, of course, you know, there were a lot of people be claiming they know somebody, says they just saw this child at a grocery store with a strange man. Okay. They say they saw this child at the grocery store with a strange man. Y'all want to know what this person did not say in that comment? As soon as I saw this article on Facebook, I called the police. Now, why didn't they say? They're not saying that they didn't, but just think about it. You put it out there that you saw this baby at the grocery store, but did not put it out there that you called the police. Hmm. And this is why I say, good people, you can't always go with the first thing that you hear. Amen. Especially when you get to these comments, you can't go by the first thing that you always hear, because people will say shit just to try to be seen, and then when you ask them to explain, either they can't explain or they give you dumbass answers. How many of y'all remember, fine example, how many of y'all remember when I covered Major Harris' story? And some asshole kept coming up in my comment section saying that the boy been found safe. But it's been all over the news and all over Milwaukee that the boy was found dead. But the asshole kept coming to my comment section saying that he was found safe. I guess they thought it was a joke or something. Then make it so bad, the fool came to my backup channel, started saying the same shit. He been found safe. I said, you know what? We the public are some dicks sometimes. We could be some dicks. So whoever this person who kept coming to my comments kept saying, I guess they thought it was funny. I don't know. I didn't find that funny. So I bring that up to say this right here. You know, with a comment like that, can you really take it serious? Because you're saying you saw the baby, but you never said you called the police. Why is that? Why is that? Somebody asked how long it's been missing. Actually, this story goes back in June, like right at the last of June, if I'm not mistaken. It goes back to the last of June. Okay. All right. But anyway, guys, don't let me do all the talking. As always, I want y'all to hear it for yourself. And as always, anybody that's out there near this area, you know, you can tell me what's going on or what's the talk through the grapevine that's going on with this story. All right, guys, let's have a listen.
6-year-old girl in Northfield. Investigators say they found the body of Elle Ragin's mother Saturday and believe the child may be in danger. Law enforcement have been searching the area near Ford and Maple Street in Northfield. Our Kirsten Mitchell has the latest on the search and reaction from neighbors.
As a helicopter searched the cornfields for 6-year-old Elle Ragin.
I think everyone's just worried. Everyone wants to find the little girl, find out what happened.
Those who lived near the little girl and her mother in Northfield came home to a crime scene.
That's crazy. I wouldn't have expected it in Northfield.
The crime scene tape has been up since Saturday. That's when Northfield police say they found 39-year-old Lisa Wade dead from an apparent suicide inside one of these townhomes. They believe she may have been involved in her daughter's disappearance.
Elle Ragin is described as 3.5 feet tall, 45 pounds, with dark curly hair and brown eyes.
That's a terrible thing to happen.
Kyle LaFontaine's girlfriend's sister lives in the townhomes.
She's told me, like, we've seen that kid out here multiple times, like playing and stuff, and while we're over visiting her sister and seeing the mom too, and would have never expected that.
It makes me nervous. I'm glad my kids aren't here right now because they're in California for the summer.
Julia Lamza lives across the street from where Elle's mother was found.
I hadn't seen any activity or anyone even in or out of that unit really ever at all.
Northfield police are asking anyone who saw Elle or her mother Lisa Wade during the past 2 weeks to give them a call.
Our hopes and our prayers are that we will be able to find Elle safe somewhere, and our deepest sympathies go out to the family for their loss and the loss of Lisa. We know that's very difficult for families to deal with, and we are very hopeful for a positive outcome here.
It seems very chaotic, very sad, and I just hope that she's found, she's okay.
In Northfield, Kirsten Mitchell, WCCO 4 News.
The Bureau of Criminal Apprehension is assisting in the investigation. If you see Ragin, please call 911.
Now, you just heard him at the end. If you see her, call 911. But again, you got a person on Facebook saying that they just saw this child at a grocery store with a strange man. And again, excuse me, they never put in the comments that they called the police. So I don't get it with some of these people. But however, though, let me start out by saying this. On the outside looking in, look like a nice neighborhood, and look like it may cost a pretty penny to stay in the neighborhood. Nice, quiet neighborhood. Now let me tell you why I bring that up. They go to show you people can have the finer things in life and still won't be happy. Preach. People can have the finer things in life and still not happy. Now I don't know what's going on. What was going on with Lisa? I don't know what was going on with Lisa, but she found something that went off her head, or something that she may not have been happy with, that caused her to want to go take her own life. Again, could be mental health, could be depression, like they throw it out there. Or maybe it's something just a little bit more that we just don't know about till the police get more confirmation of what's really going on. But apparently for somebody called suicide to themselves, it was something they was unhappy with. So they was unhappy with. But y'all know what a lot of these stories, when something like this happens, a lot of times it be the moms be upset with the dads of the child. Can't say that's the case right now because it's still fresh. But a lot of times that be the case. And then you're always wondering, where is the father of this child? And then you hope that the father of the child will come speak out and maybe he can shine a little more light on the story. We just have to wait and see. But the main thing is, you can have everything that you want and still not happy or satisfied. You can have it and still not be satisfied. So when I hear a lot of people who talk high maintenance standards, how you hear a lot of people, well, I'm a man, so I just say women. Women talk like with a high maintenance standard. A guy got to have this, he got to have that, he got to have this, he got to have that. Let's say you get this guy that he got everything that you needed or everything that you want. You get that, but still you don't keep it. Why? Because for some reason, you get that, you still not happy with it. That doesn't make any sense. This is what you wanted, but now you got it, you don't know what to do with it. Same thing we can say about money. A lot of us love a lot of money. Lord knows I do. I would love a lot of money. Well, really, if I got all this money that I want, will it make me happy? Who knows? Who knows? Now that I said money and things don't make you happy. No, money and material things, they do not make you happy, So we can sit up here and say all that. Like I have all this money, but who knows how it makes me feel. Yeah, I might feel happy when I first get it. But once you had it for a while, it probably just something that's just there. It's just something that's just there. And you're not happy anymore. So again, on the outside looking in, at the suburbs, wherever y'all call towns like that, look like a nice quiet neighborhood, nice places to stay in. But it does not mean that you are happy. All right? Anyway, with that being said, let me take you to this right here. Now, this news article pretty much got everything in one. So I really don't probably need to drag this out any more than probably what it is. And this was updated 36 minutes, they say. And it said that the police continue to search for the missing girl, and they give an update today, which I do have an update where the police are talking. And I think they say they found some of the mom belongings. All right, I think they said that. But anyway, let's have a listen. Oh boy, he coming damn mad. I should have known.
New details tonight in the disappearance of 6-year-old Elle Ragin. Northfield police found her cell phone at a park in Stearns County where deputies had contact with her mother weeks before an apparent suicide.
And today, Northfield police laid out a new timeline that raises more questions about the missing girl. Eric Shalou joins us now with details on that timeline and their dimming hope. Eric.
Northfield's police chief says based on evidence they've collected, he's concerned about being able to find the little girl, Elle Ragin, alive. Late into the day, investigators were searching a park in the Mississippi River, 2 hours north of where the family lived here in Northfield. This is a case that has weighed heavily on the hearts of the community and investigators.
His nephews, this is a heartbreaking case.
Chopper 5 captured video of search teams from several law enforcement agencies in the Mississippi River County Park in northeastern Stearns County looking for 6-year-old Elle Ragin. Investigators say after finding Lisa Wade, her mother, dead in the family's Northfield townhome Saturday of an apparent suicide and Elle missing, they tracked Wade's phone to that park. Investigators say back on June 23rd, a deputy had contact with Wade who reported losing her keys and phone while hiking in the park. Now authorities have found Wade's keys and phone in the river and also discovered Elle's phone in the park. K-9 teams, drones, and underwater divers have been searching the river and park for more than a day and a half.
Oh, they found the mom phone in water at the park. Now they say they found Elle. Wait a minute, Elle had a phone too? That's interesting. It is very interesting.
We've learned the park remains closed this afternoon to the public. At this point, police say it's a focus of where they could possibly find the child's body in the area. Investigators say family of Wade reported she appeared distraught in recent days. Police say they feel Wade played a role in her daughter's disappearance.
At this time, I don't believe we have any information that would lead us to believe that there is somebody else involved with Elle's disappearance.
I talked to one of the family's neighbors. This retiree told me that Elle was just the sweetest little girl you could imagine. She was so darling, were the words that she used. We also reached out to the little girl's family. They're not at a point to comment. We're going to keep checking in with investigators as they search that park 2 hours north of here for the little girl. Live in Northfield tonight, Eric Shalou, 5 Eyewitness News.
All right, so if I heard that right, they said Elle had a phone too, and they found her phone as well. Okay. And right now they say they don't have reason to believe that anybody else is involved. This is strange. Again, this is a strange story. It's coming out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. 6-year-old gone missing, mom apparent suicide. I like how they saying apparent because I guess they leaving the door open. I guess when new details come out to say if anybody else had anything to do with this or whatnot. But now I seen somebody say in the comment section, Ms. Dees, I think that was you. You said you think she probably did something to this child a while ago. And it probably weighed heavy on her conscience. And she took her life. Well, that's a good observation. That's a good observation. I say with these stories, anything is possible. That's a damn good observation. Because again, notice what they said. This happened back on June the 23rd. And she made contact with her because she lost her keys or something to that fact of the matter. And here we are a week and a half or 2 weeks later. Now the lady is dead and her child is missing. Then we just heard that they said that the family said she had to distraught last time that they saw her. So I'm assuming somewhere in here that mental issue is going to have a part in this. It is. Um, and I just can't get over that fact that the person on Facebook said they just saw this baby at a grocery store and they didn't put out there that they called the police. I just can't get over that right there, you know. So I don't know how to even look at that. I don't know. They just again being trying to be funny or just being a dick. I don't know. But you know the child was missing, or even you saw the child and you see now that they putting it out there that the child is missing. You know, you never said once that as soon as I saw this, I called 911. No, you didn't say that. You just got on YouTube to say, hey, I just saw this child at a grocery store. Bada bing, bada boom. That was it. What you do next? Nothing. Nothing. What the hell you talking about it for? Then you ain't do nothing. What's the point of even talking about it? And it says right here, Ragin, who remains missing 3 days after her mother was found dead in their townhome, was last seen on June the 19th. June the 19th. According to Elliott, 2 days later, her mother, 39-year-old Lisa Wade, drove to the Mississippi River County Park that afternoon. Wade's phone shut off and hasn't turned back on. This is about the first suicide story I have heard where the phone was shut off. Not saying it's not impossible. But it's the first I've heard where the phone supposed to be shut off. So I don't know if she apparently shut it off herself and it hasn't been turned back on, or could have been a possibility that hey, maybe they have been kidnapped and held against their will, and the phone was shut off so it won't ping the nearest tower. So it won't ping the nearest tower. Because, you know, that's how a lot of these folks get caught. You know, their cell phone towers, you know, they try to see where your last position is at with their cell phone. So your cell phone ping in the area, then that means you was in the area. All right? You was in the area. So I'm going to leave that open and say it could be a strong possibility that her and this little baby was held against their will, and that's why their phone was shut off. And of course, whoever did it was smart enough not to cut it back on so it won't ping the nearby cell tower. Keith said she was pretty active leading up to this. That's what it seems like. That's what it seemed like. That's what it seemed like. Ladies and gentlemen, you done been pleased. That thumbs up for your boy. Appreciate you. And let's see, they go to Pretty Baby right there. It goes on to say that the police says they've been searching throughout the night and have followed up on several leads, learning what they're describing as valuable information. And so Tuesday, their search was still focused on water in Mississippi River County Park. Then it says right here, police say they have reason to believe Wade could be responsible for Ragin's disappearance. Ragin was set to be a second grade student at Prairie Creek Community School this fall. All right. So let's have a listen right here and see what's going on. Got to get past the ads.
are still following up on leads in the case of a 6-year-old, Elle Ragin.
She is still missing this morning, 3 days now after her mother was found dead in their townhome. Kelsey Christensen's live for us in Northfield, right outside of that home here at 6:33, with the very latest from investigators. Kelsey, good morning.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, we have not seen police out here at the home in Northfield this morning, but they tell us they've been searching throughout the night and into the morning. They say that they're following up on several leads, but as you said, the whereabouts of little Elle are still unknown.
Ms. Dees, are you saying that's what happened, or that's your theory of what might have happened?
At this time, after police found her mom, 39-year-old Lisa Wade, dead of an apparent suicide. That was at their townhome on Saturday here in Northfield. Police say they have reason to believe her mom could be responsible for her disappearance. And over the weekend, the search was on for little Elle. Police also began canvassing the neighborhood with canines, drones, and a helicopter. And we know at this point, federal, state, and local authorities are involved in this case. BCA investigators arrived back at the home last night. We've also learned Elle will be a second grader at Prairie Creek Community School.
Really just heartbroken for the family, and obviously deeply concerned for Elle's well-being, remaining hopeful for her safe return, and truly appreciative of all the care and concern our community has around this situation.
And as you mentioned, we are expecting another update from police this afternoon. But in the meantime, police say if you've seen Elle or her mother within the last 2 weeks, they want to hear from you. You can call the Northfield Police Department. That number is up on your screen right now. It's 507-645-4477. Matt, Megan, we'll send it back to you.
Okay, Kelsey Christensen right there live in Northfield with the latest. We'll be there for that police update later today. We'll bring you the new information during our newscasts all evening long. Watch for that right here on the air. And remember, we're always updating your 24-hour news feed at KSTP.com.
All right. All right, so we heard that. The search continues for the young lady. She was going to be a second grader. She was going to be a second grader. What up, London Link? What's going on, bro? She was going to be a second grader at Prairie Creek Community School this fall. All right. And again, guys, they have reason to believe that the mother is responsible for her daughter's death, you know, which a lot of times with these stories, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Miss Hippie, that's a good question. That is a good question. Miss Hippie asks, has anybody spoken of her behavior prior? That's a damn good question. All right. That's a good question. And maybe we're going to find out tonight, because I am going to play a police conference in just a minute. Then it goes on to say, guys, they're doing a weekend. The search was for Ragin, which police canvassing the neighborhood Tuesday afternoon. The Stearns County Sheriff's Office said that they had helped Northfield Police with a search for a missing juvenile in the Mississippi River County Park and has sent in members of the dive team. Authorities say team members searched the park from July the 3rd to the 5th. Adding the park is closed to the public until further notice. Federal, state, and local authorities are involved in the case, and BCA investigators arrived at the home Monday night. You know, more information that can help the police in the investigations, ask to call police at 507-645-4477. That is 507-645-4477. Okay? And down here is a list of suicide prevention and mental health resources, if you so need it, down there in Minnesota. All right. And there they go right there, giving a press conference. But I'm going to play the one that I got, because sometimes playing them conference on the news sites kind of mess up a little bit. So again, guys, like I say, a strange story, a very, very strange story. But then again, I don't know, you can really just say this strange. There is another story out and about. 3 children and a mother has drowned, if I'm saying this story right, and the husband's body was found in a different location. And apparently he has committed suicide. So, again, it's real out here. It's getting real out here. Don't underestimate mental sickness. Just don't underestimate it, because it is serious. It is serious, and a lot of times we just don't know what people are going through. And I'm not giving nobody an excuse for doing what they're doing to a child, but a lot of times we just don't know what people are going through. But I will say this much: if you are going through something and you dealing with that much pressure on you that you feel like you want to take it out on your child, have some kind of decency and just take your child somewhere where they can be taken care of instead of you taking them out. All right? Okay. Somebody said abduction. Look, guys, anything y'all throwing out, I'm gonna say this right here. Anything is possible. Y'all know these stories. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. I don't rule anything out. Anything is possible. Anything. Okay. So anyway, guys, y'all don't mind, I'm gonna get up here and play this police conference for y'all. And it's kind of low, so hopefully y'all can hear it, but I try to turn it up as much as I can so y'all can hear it. But here's the update that they're giving on the situation at hand.
Kate L. We continue to ask for the public's assistance in sharing any information that they have concerning the disappearance of Elle Ragin or her current whereabouts. Officers and agents have followed up on hundreds of leads and case information that have developed in the past 3 days, and this was first reported on July 2nd at about noon. A recap of that original call is that the Northfield Police Department was sent to a residence at 604 Maplebrook Court in Northfield by a call from an extended family member. Police discovered an apparent suicide of the 39-year-old resident that was ID'd as Lisa Wade. We were unable to locate Wade's 6-year-old daughter, Elle Ragin, at that time. Police searched the house and surrounding area with officers, canine teams, drones, and a helicopter.
Shields 83 says, thank you for showing respect, Chris. Well, let me say this, when I do these stories, I try to do it in a respectable manner. I do. But if anything that I said wrong, just let me know, and I try to explain what I said that may have rubbed you in the wrong way, but appreciate that. Appreciate it.
We did not locate Elle or any other evidence outside of the home. The initial investigation revealed that Wade may have been involved in the disappearance of her 6-year-old daughter before taking her own life. Since that time, the investigation has continued and it has revealed the following information. Elle was last seen on Sunday, June 19th. On June 21st at about noon, Lisa Wade drove from her home in Northfield to Mississippi River Park in Stearns County, just outside of Bryce, Minnesota. We learned this information obtained through cell phone records that were obtained through a search warrant. At about 3 p.m. on that day, her cell phone shut off in the area of the park and has not turned on since that time. On June 23rd...
Now, y'all heard that. Now, he said, according to the according to the phone records, she allegedly drove there and she shut her phone off. So, Ms. Dees, what you said earlier, you may be right on the money with this. You may be, but I don't know. But if you just really listen, it still sounds like somewhat of a held against their own will situation to me, But right now, they just don't have no evidence to say that if there was a third party involved, So right now, what they going by is, that she apparently drove there and shut her phone off and did the unthinkable, which possibly she probably have done that. But I'm gonna leave that door open, and I'm also leave the door open that possibly her and her child may have been held against their own will. May have. I'm not saying that they was. May have. All right?
at about 9 a.m., Stearns County deputy had contact with Lisa in the park, and at that time, her vehicle was parked at the park. She told the deputy she lost her phone and car keys while hiking the trails in the park, and she needed assistance.
Oh, never mind. I just got my answer right there. Never mind. I think he just answered my question right there. So that theory about them being held against their will, I probably was wrong on that. Well, it don't probably sound like I was dead wrong.
She was alone at that time, and the deputy assisted her in arranging for a tow for her vehicle to a local dealership to get a new key. During the week of June 25th, Lisa had contact with family members and seemed distraught. When officers learned of the Mississippi Park location, teams of canines, drones, dive teams, underwater search drones, along with public safety search teams searched the park and the Mississippi River. The search revealed evidence related to this case, including the discovery of Elle's cell phone on land and Lisa's cell phone and purse containing her driver's license and vehicle key fob in the river. The search of the park and the river is ongoing, and the park in this portion of the river is closed to the public at this time by order of the Stearns County Sheriff. Investigators have been able to locate video of Lisa between June 23rd and July 2nd at various locations, but Elle was not seen with her at those times. An autopsy was performed on Lisa Wade, and we are awaiting lab results for the final autopsy report.
Well, Ms. Deeds, like you called this right down the middle, dear. Well, I guess it sounded like you already knew about the story, so that's why you was able to call it. So, did you already know about this? Because look like you calling this one right down the middle. She had been seen at multiple locations on video, but the baby was not with her. I repeat, she has been seen in multiple videos, but the baby was not with her. So, Ms. D, gotta give you a credit. Sound like that's what it probably is, dear. She did something to this baby way back yonder, like the old folks say. She did it way back yonder. And to go even further, it was weighing on her conscience, or she felt like the police were probably getting hot on her trail, and she ended up taking her life. All right. Wow. Good job, Ms. Dees. Good job.
The BCA Crime Lab has completed processing of the home, and lab analysis is pending on any items of evidence that we've recovered, as well as additional analysis of her vehicle. Lab analysis of the items that were recovered in the park is also pending. This is an open and active investigation. We will have updates and new information as it's discovered, and we'll be sure to update you folks. We are continuing to get a very high level of support from the Rice and Stearns County Sheriff's Department, the Minnesota BCA, and the Federal Bureau of Investigations Minneapolis Field Office. And with that, I will take a few questions. Yeah, with the information I provided, obviously we don't know that for sure, but we think it's a pretty good guess, and that's where we've concentrated our search efforts at this time.
When the family member said she was distraught, did they elaborate? Is there anything you could share about how she was distraught?
Okay, this is a good question. I don't know how good y'all can hear it because it's kind of low, but the reporter just asked him, you said the family said the last they saw her, she was distraught. Can you go into details about what they mean by her being distraught? What was she doing, or in this, that, and the third? And his response to that is?
Yeah, there's nothing I can share at this time about that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I guess in that same vein, is there anything you can share about the relationship between the mother and daughter, and if those family members may have said anything that would have led to what this outcome could possibly be?
Yeah, What has been described to us is that Elle and her mother had a very close relationship, that it was very uncommon to have one seen without the other. Outside of work or school, where they would be separated, it was just very, very uncommon to see one without the other.
When we talked to you on Sunday, you were holding out hope that you would find her alive. In the last 24 hours, is that changed?
We are still extremely hopeful, but based on the information and evidence we have at this time, we are concerned that we may not be able to find her.
When the deputy encountered her in the park, was she in her car, outside her car? What was she doing?
She was outside of her car. A park maintenance employee actually encountered her first and contacted the deputy. So she was outside of her car. She was conversational with the deputy at that time as far as needing assistance with being locked out of her car. That's something that I would say would not be all that uncommon for law enforcement, especially when you start talking rural, around county or state parks, that occasionally people lose their keys, that type of thing. So I would say that the encounter seemed appropriate at that time.
You said her keys and her phone were found in the river or in the park?
They were found in the river.
How close were they to Elle's?
Keys and phones was found in the river.
They were not in an immediate location, same location, but they were within the park.
Was Elle's found in the river too, or in the park?
Elle's phone was found on land, and it was not an active cell phone.
Okay, so her phone went on. Okay.
Anything that was changed in Lisa's life recently that would have created an atmosphere for anything that could have happened? I mean, obviously, something that led to suicide.
I would say that that's obviously a focal point for our investigation, and that we are continuing to look into that.
What areas did you have her on video when the child was there?
That's not something we'll discuss at this time.
Have you been able to find any other witnesses that saw her there that day?
We have not talked to any witnesses that would have seen her in the park. Certainly, we would encourage folks, if they have had contact with her or had contact with her at the park, to let us know that.
I would assume that everyone in this park would think that there were things that you could that day at the same time.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Stearns County parks, so hard for me to say. It is fairly rural. It's outside of Rice, which is a small town, north of Sartell, St. Cloud area, but fairly rural.
Do you have any other connections to that area that would bring her there?
Not that we're aware of at this time.
What's next?
Well, we're going to continue a very diligent investigation, especially around that park area. I think some of your news helicopters have been up there today, and certainly we've had search teams out there, and we'll continue to do that. At this point, we've spent well over a day and a half now searching the river in that area. But we'll continue to look there, as well as follow up on any other leads and tips. I know we've gotten tips that continue to come in, and we're continuing to follow up on those.
Do you have kids?
Pardon me?
Do you have kids?
I do have kids.
We appreciate your info as a law enforcement officer, but as a father, as a community member, where's your heart and your head right now?
This is difficult. This is a very difficult.
She asked him, do you have kids? Okay.
Investigation for everybody we have on this team, whether they have kids, their nieces, nephews. This is a heartbreaking case. 6-year-old being missing, I can't think of one that is much more difficult to investigate than this.
The park is the focal point of your investigation. Are there any other areas still in Northfield area that you're searching?
We don't have any other solid leads at this point that put a geographic location in Northfield. Like I said, that initial search revolved around the home, and it did not reveal any information that was useful outside of the home.
Stop!
Were there alone, or do you think there's somebody else maybe? Are you looking for anyone else?
That would be speculation, but at this time, I don't believe we have any information that would lead us to believe that there is somebody else involved with Elle's disappearance.
How long will that park be closed off and searched?
That will depend on the search teams that are there. We have some very experienced search teams up there, and once they get to the point that they feel that their physical search and the technology that they use to assist them has satisfactorily cleared that area, they'll be clear from that.
What kinds of searches can still be done?
At this time in the park, it is focused on river search.
Sonar, that sort of thing?
Yes, and I haven't ever been part of a underwater search team, but as I understand, they have some pretty advanced technology as far as side sonar, location for underwater, and they are making the most of using those resources.
So what agencies then are all involved in specifically searching in the water?
I hate to leave any out, but some that I'm aware of, obviously the Stearns and Benton County dive team has been up there. Minnesota Search and Rescue, which has both bloodhounds, cadaver dogs that search both land and water. They've been very involved with this. They have some sonar capabilities as well. We've enlisted the assistance of some other folks from around the state that I am not familiar with, but local dive teams are to assist with that. The Minnesota State Patrol, BCA, FBI have been assisting us with that search as well. Okay. Thank you, folks. If I missed you when you came in, if you put your press conference or press contact info on that sheet, I'll make sure you get a press release of this update, as well as any future updates. Thanks for coming and thanks for getting the word out.
Wow. Wow. There's a lot of things that make you go, wow, well, what's really going on here? All right. So, according to him, what he said, the mother has been spotted. Shiz, who are you? Are you down there or are you a family member? Let me know. Let me know, are you a family member? And if you are, I thank you for coming in and listening. I know this got to be heartbreaking for you if you are a family member or a friend of the family, anything like that. Oh, you are a family member. Wow. Well, guys, did I tell y'all? I told y'all. With these platforms, well, with mine, can't speak about nobody else. I told y'all family members be listening. They do. A lot of times I get lucky to have family members run across my live streams. I get lucky to have family members run across my videos. And this is a good thing that you're here listening, dear. But again, it's a sad thing because not only we have a mother missing, we have a child missing too. And this is so sad. But however, though, I would like to offer you to come speak with me. Would you like to do that? And kind of share a little bit of light what went on, or can you tell us, how was she like when you last saw the baby and you last saw her? I would love to talk to you. That's pretty cool. We got a family member in the chat room. Yes, I would love to open my platform to you. You come talk to me and shed a little light on the situation if you can. Because I want to help y'all get your story out. And, bring light to it, and hopefully we can get either the baby home or at least she be found. You said we've been told not to talk at the time. I respect that. I respect that. I respect that, dear. I do. I respect that. But I tell you what, do me a favor. If one of my moms will put my email up in there, write down my email, and hey, you want to reach out, talk to me through email, you're more than welcome to do that as well. And anybody else, you got any other family members that may want to come and watch this, please let them know we're talking. Please let them come watch, unless they watching with you. Is anybody else watching with you? Tell everybody to say hello. And my condolences to all of you. So now I get why you say thanks for being respectful. Okay, that's why you said that. Cool beans. So if any other family members are watching, they more than welcome to come in the chat room and say they are a family member. Look at that, guy. She said some of our family members are watching with her. That is so cool. Tell everybody my prayers are with them, are with all of you. Wow. Well, since they say they don't think it's cool for you to talk about it, I guess I got questions, but I guess right now it's not I guess it's not the right time to ask you until one of y'all are ready to come out and talk. But I do want to ask this question, Shields. I do want to ask this question. And hopefully your family will allow you to answer this question. When I do these shows, I always ask where the father at. So if I may ask you that question, where is the father? If I may ask you that, where is the father? And until she answered that question, guys, and anybody, I don't know if anybody put my email up in there. Anybody put my email up in there? Yeah, I got my email. Please put my email up in there. And the family, they can reach out to me or whatnot, or they can find me on social media or whatnot. But again, guys, this is why I say, again, on the outside looking in, process of divorce. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Ooh. Now, Sheila, since you told me that, dear, I got more questions now, but I'm going to respect you, though. They got my email right there saying to put it up in there. Please, you and the family, take down the email, and whenever y'all ready to talk, or whenever y'all want to share something, you're more than welcome to hit me up on my email. Wow. So now that you said that, I have more questions. Thank you, dear. You say you got the email. I got way more questions now. Wow. But I thank you and your family for listening. But again, guys, where was I going? Yeah, this go to shows. Again, what I said in the beginning. And Shields 83, I don't know how long you've been listening. I don't know if you just came in or you've been listening the whole time. I don't know. I will cut on my camera, but I'm not in a position right now to cut on my camera. So, but if you go down my timeline, you see what I look like. This is why I said earlier, guys. You can have everything that you want. The finer things in life, you can have all of that. But a lot of times it still will not will not make you happy. We all have things that we deal with in the past. In the past. Some of us still dealing with things now. Some of us are dealing with things on an everyday basis. A lot of us can handle it. A lot of us can't. But it's just so sad that the ones who can't a lot of times end up in situations like this. Like I said, I mean, I can't just really speak for her because I don't really know what her issue is. I really don't know what Lisa's issue is. But with a lot of situations like this, people deal with stuff every day, whether it's past, present. They deal with it. They deal with it. Everybody don't grow up the same. Everybody don't grow with a silver spoon in their mouth. They don't. And even the ones who do grow with a silver spoon in their mouth does not necessarily make them happy. It doesn't. Because like a couple you said earlier, money don't buy happiness. Money don't buy love. It may buy a friendship, but it's not a real friendship if you got to buy it. Because what you did just open the door for whoever you think you're buying the friendship from. You just left the door open for them to come keep begging, and begging, and they only want to come deal with you when they want something. Preach. I know we all got a lot of people like that. They only mess with us when they want something. No, hey, how you doing? Just calling, checking on you. See this, that, and the third. Hey, I'm about to go get something to eat. You want a sandwich or something? You want to finna go to Kentucky Fried Chicken? You want a chicken box or something? No, none of that. None of that. But for some reason, though, a lot of motherfuckers know your payday. They know your payday. Hey, can I borrow about $5, $10, man, so I go get me a pack of squares? Or some Black and Miles? Or let me go give me a beer. Give me a beer or something. Or if you got the ones that drunk, let me borrow a little money, man, so I get a little bottle of whiskey or vodka or something. But would never come to you and say, hey, Chris, you need a drink? You need a sandwich or something, man? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? You have done a lot for me. What can I do for you now? So yeah. Oh yeah. Money can't buy you love, can't buy you happiness, but it could probably buy you a whole lot of fake friends though. It could buy that with no problem. And if you look at the picture at the bottom with her and her mom, look like they did have a close relationship. You know, she loved her baby. Pam, you better preach. Pamela, you better preach that. You better say that there. You can see right there at the bottom, look like they did have a good relationship. So at the end of the day, people, I always say this. Hopefully this little girl will be found. But even though police is saying now, they concerned that she won't be found. They are concerned that she won't be found. And you hate to hear that. We're in a story that's involving a child. You hate to hear that. You do. Guys, let me show y'all something. This is so precious. Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. I don't know how good y'all can see that. Look like that's as far as it can go. I don't know how good y'all can see that. Look at that. Look like a mini me. Look like a mini me. Look at that. Look like a mini me. Mm. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And Ms. Dees, I'm gonna tell you something, cause I once wanted a little girl. I did. And a lot of time when I do these stories about the baby girls, it hits me harder than I do about the boys. It does. Because at one point in time, I did want a little girl so bad. So bad. And the closest thing I got to a little girl was the one y'all see me put on my community wall where her mom is keeping in touch with me about her school activities. And now that she finally graduated, that's as close to a little girl I'm going to ever have. Because again, her mom can't stay with me not too long after she had her. And I pretty much seen everything. Her first steps, first word. Of course, it was a cuss word. And I love that baby to death. Love her to death. Even when me and her mom, you know what I'm saying, they get along too well, you know. She knew that baby was still in my heart. And she still is in my heart to this day. Told y'all one day I was at the store. She walked up to me, said, I know you. I said, no, you don't. I said, I don't know you. I said, who is you? Her mom came behind me, hit my mom. She said, look at her, tell me who that is. I said, oh my God, are you serious? Are you serious? Grown up to be a smart, lovely lady. Smart, lovely lady. Mom did a hell of a job. Mom did a hell of a job with her. All right. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, indeed.
Northfield for 6-year-old Elle Ragin after her mother was found dead. Police discovered Lisa Wade's body over the weekend. She died of an apparent suicide.
Her daughter Elle, nowhere to be found right now. Fox 9's Rose Schmidt is live in Northfield. And Rose, you spoke with neighbors today. So what are they saying about the situation?
Well, Kelsey, you can see that the crime scene is no longer up in this neighborhood where Elle was last seen. But the people on this block tell me they are heartbroken that she is missing, and you can see police do still have a presence in this neighborhood with the BCA parked outside the family's home. Another day comes to a close without answers in the disappearance of Elle Ragin. Crime scene tape remains on the door of the family home where the 6-year-old was last seen 2 weeks ago. A welfare check led police to the Northfield neighborhood Saturday, where officers found her mom, 39-year-old Lisa Wade, dead of an apparent suicide.
So that was really very shocking.
Elle was a regular fixture in Mary Lou Wallaker's front yard, where the little girl watched her dogs through the window.
She was a beautiful little girl, real happy and real friendly. And I'd see her, walking around a little bit and run in the back.
So she found it strange that it's been weeks since she's last seen her little next-door neighbor.
I sure pray that they find her somewhere and that she's okay.
With help from the BCA, Northfield police used canines, drones, and helicopters to search the area for Elle, after they discovered Saturday that she was missing. The chief offered an update to the media Sunday.
Police have reason to believe that Wade may have been involved in the disappearance of her 6-year-old daughter before taking her own life.
Police have offered few details, but say they're working to establish a timeline of where Elle and her mom were the last 2 weeks. The 6-year-old just finished first grade at Prairie Creek Community School. The director sent a letter to families Sunday saying in part, "This is exceptionally difficult news to process for us all. I know that all our school community members will share my sadness at this news and deep concern for Elle's well-being." The school also says mental health support services are available for families and staff who need them. If you have seen Elle or her mom, Lisa Wade, at all over these past 2 weeks, Northfield Police want you to give them a call. That number is 507-645-4477. Live in Northfield, Rose Schmidt, Fox 9.
What? They don't want you to.
All right, guys. All right. Somebody asked the question, do you not want kids anymore? I don't see me being 42 years old around here making babies, so nope. Nope. Nope, no, 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 no. Nope, nope, nope.
To know this.
No, I don't see myself at 42 years old celebrating trying to make babies or make a child. No, 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 no. I'm good. They're just too cute. Too cute. They're just too cute. What happened, Miss Wade? What happened, dear? What happened? Oh, look at that, y'all. Look at that. Amen, 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 amen. Amen. Goddess. Oh, God save it. Oh, where you been, babe? Long time. Where you been? Oh, all right. Well, to answer your question, dear, I said there earlier, and we actually got a family member in the chat room, if she's still listening, but I said there earlier, but if you listen to the police conference, he put it out there that it wasn't nobody but her. He said because earlier that day, if I'm not mistaken, if I heard him right, earlier that day she called, said she lost her keys or whatnot, and he said she was by herself. So I thought she was held against her own will too, but he confirmed that she was by herself. He confirmed she was by herself. So, wow. Interesting. So, but guys, well, at this point, like I said, we know that Miss Wade is gone, Lisa Wade is gone, so she's not coming back. But hopefully, young Elle, Hopefully she will be found. All right. We want her to be found alive. All right. But at this point, I just want her to be found, period. Amen. Just let her be found, period. And let the family be at ease. Let the family be at ease. All right. I want to thank you to Ian Shields 83. She said she's a family member. She said they can't, family advised not to talk about it right now. So we will go to respect her wishes. And again, dear, condolences and prayers to you and your family. And hopefully this baby will be found safe and sound. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, stay tuned for more stories. Stay tuned for the update. Definitely update on this one. And watch over the babies. Watch over your babies. Keep your babies safe. I'm your man, Chris Thorns, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace out.